Watch the Spritely puck right here, yo.
Hi everyone, I'm Nikki, this is Sanders, and you're watching the Spritely Puck. Today we have a couple of guests with us, Spritely Blossom and Kenneth with Peaks Flooring Company. But before we get to that part of the show, we're going to talk about some interesting moves that have been made in the offseason for the Dallas Stars.
I want to start with the Daily deal. I miss Trevor. I'm sad that we had to get rid of Trevor Daly. He was a great hockey player, and he did well, statistically speaking, but we had a hole in our defense system that needs to be filled. And so we gave Daly away. We also got rid of Garbett, which I'm okay with.
I think everybody is.
Yeah.
A lot of stupid penalties. But we got Patrick Sharp. Hey, Blossom, why don't you tell us about that awesome defenseman we picked up, though?
I've heard, rumor is that a major factor in the Sharp trade is, well, we wanted Patrick Sharp, but he is 33, and so we should expect to see his performance decline over the next couple of years while he's here with the Stars. But we stole Stephen Johns, the Blackhawks, up-and-coming defensive prospect who was supposed to hit the NHL this year, and we got him just as an add-on on the Sharp trade, which is amazing because we got rid of Garbett, who causes a lot of trouble for us. Sorry, Blackhawks fans. Expect a lot of stupid penalties.
And we have to retain half of his $1.8 million salary.
Yeah, admittedly. But the thing about Trevor Daly was he was great for us offensively. And he scored, was it 17 points last season, 16? He was great for us offensively last year. But the problem is, of any defenseman in the NHL that had significant ice time, he was the worst in possession stats. He was like where possession stats went to die a slow death. But
That's
when
harsh.
when he's on the Blackhawks, on a team where, you have Jonathan Taves, you have a lot of forwards that are very defensively minded, he's probably going to fit in really well there, where he can be more offensive as a defenseman. Mm-hmm. And so, I hope he really fits in with their system, and I hope to watch a Blackhawks game or two next season and see him doing well. I'll miss him.
We didn't have to retain any of Daly's contract when we traded him, but we did, like I said, have to retain part of Garbett's. Kenneth, you had an opinion to share.
The one thing I think we'll miss the most about Daly is his leadership on and off the ice. Cannot overstate that enough. I mean, he worked hard, he worked his butt off. Mm-hmm. He was a good role model for players, and that's just one thing I'm concerned about. Who's going to fill that role for Trevor Daly when he's gone? Yeah,
and Nikki and I had a Twitter discussion a few weeks back on who was going to get the A. And I think defensive-wise, someone who could wear the A is Patrick Nemeth.
I don't know. He seems still pretty young. I don't know if they would give it to him right now. He really still needs to prove himself. Not that he hasn't, but he was out so much last season. I don't see them giving it to him right now. But I think offensively, Goligoski is a good option there.
Offensively, who should get Daly's A? No opinion?
I think Spezza would be a obvious option. I'm not saying that he should. I don't think that they need to really do that for him. He already kind of acts like an alternate. The officials already talk to him like he is one if he's on the ice and something happens, because he's got that background and everything with them, having been a captain.
I would like to see Eakin or Eves with the A, honestly. I think Eakin could definitely do that. Although with his behavioral issue towards the end of the season, they may not be willing to give him one.
I think he's still a little young for it.
Yeah. But Eves would be a good one, too.
By the way, that Eakin trade is I still argue with friends. It was one of the biggest steals in Dallas Stars history.
That was a pretty good deal.
He had an amazing season.
Yeah, I liked Eakin a lot.
Yeah. Well, we've also had some interesting things happen in the goalie part of the ice. We've had all of this discussion about Kari, about the goaltending coach. I was the one who was like, I am okay if our goalie coach gets the boot.
I agreed.
I was sad to find out that he actually didn't get the boot. He got a promotion.
Not a promotion. I think it was a
He got
lateral
moved
move.
lateral move.
Okay, so Mike Valley got moved over,
Yeah.
but he'll be in Cedar Park, so he won't be on the ice in Dallas with our guys. And
Mike
working with
Valley's
them.
official position is the director of goaltending development. So, like Nikki said, he would be working more with the Cedar Park boys than with our direct Dallas Stars. Now, I am excited for who they did bring in to be the new goalie coach. His name is Jeff Reese.
Mhm.
And Jeff Reese came off of a 16-year stint as a goalie coach and an 11-year stint as a player on 7 different teams, including the Hartford Whalers, the Lightning,
But most
the
recently,
Maple Leafs,
right? But most recently with the Philadelphia Flyers
as a coach, yes.
Yes.
And that is kind of concerning for me. The NHL.com article, the press release was like, he also coached Sergei Bobrovsky. Sergei Bobrovsky, I thought, was pretty miserable in Philadelphia and got traded away. And once he was out of Philadelphia,
And in CBJ with Connaughton.
won the Vezina Trophy. So it could be that Sergei Bobrovsky was able to develop into this amazing goalie and win on this award because of Jeff Reese's coaching. Or it could be that once he finally got out of Jeff Reese's coaching, he was able to achieve this
Yeah,
success.
there is a lot of discussion between NHL bloggers and stuff on how to handle a Jeff Reese style coach. Jeff Reese's style, and he said so himself in an interview, his style is, you know, when I was a player, I didn't enjoy playing as a player under a specific one way to goaltend, but rather the way to goaltend that allowed me to succeed and the coach let me do that. That's the way I want to coach. I want to coach Lettinen and Niemi as men developing into, you know, their style, not my style, their style of goaltending.
I hope he
So
teaches.
he's more of a hands-off coach, I guess.
I hope he teaches Kari to hug his post, because that was one thing that just drove me crazy
Yeah.
all through last season.
I'm hoping that having Antti Niemi, who we picked up from San Jose, as an, I believe he was a UFA, unrestricted free agent, correct? So we picked up Antti Niemi, who's a UFA, as our backup goalie. But honestly, I hope they're side-by-side goalies and not a starter and a backup. But, like, I hope Jeff Reese and the Stars organization takes the first month of the season to literally go, Kari, Niemi, Kari, Niemi, Kari, Niemi. And Kari and Niemi have actually played together before and even been roommates, so they know each other already.
You have to understand, it's been especially frustrating for me as a Stars fan the last several years watching the goaltending situation in Dallas. I've been a Stars fan literally since they were in Minnesota when I grew up there. My whole life, the Stars have always had solid backups, whether it was Archers Urbe, Roman Turek, Manny Fernandez, Marty Turco, Mike Smith, who's had great success. I've been spoiled with great backups, so I've seen the last few years, and I'm just pulling my hair
Well,
out.
and honestly, I wouldn't say that it was bad backups the last couple of years. I'd say it was bad goalie coaching, which is why I'm okay with Mike Valley not being our goalie coach anymore.
But do you think that his goalie coaching is going to affect the Jack Campbell situation down in the AHL?
That's my worry.
And if it does,
That's my concern, is if we're putting him in charge of our young baby goalies, what is that going to do to the team 3 years, 5 years down the line when these goalies are supposed to be NHL ready?
like
and,
UC Runis.
Yeah, or
Well,
Jack Campbell.
Jack Campbell,
you know.
they gave him kind of a one last year to prove himself a contract extension. That's
Yeah.
it. He's got 1 year. And we just sent Mike Valley down there, who's kind of shown that he's not really that great of a coach up in the NHL. What is he going to do differently down there that's going to help Jack Campbell be ready for the NHL the next couple of seasons?
Okay, but his job is not AHL goalie coach. They have a goalie coach. His job is player development. It's to track. He's the director. His job is to track their development to determine when they're NHL ready, which may result in him giving us a goalie who isn't NHL ready. That could be an issue that we'll face, but we won't know till later on, because Mike Valley's title is Director of Goaltending Development, not AHL goalie coach, because that would be a step down.
Yeah,
They wouldn't have dropped him a level. They moved him laterally.
still, it worries me.
It does too.
If he's having any hand I mean, he was the goalie scout for the Stars the past few seasons, right? And so, like, all of these
He
backup
picked great
troubles-
backup goalies. We just didn't use them because
No, well, we just tended to. Well, not all of them are great. Remember that Tim Thomas thing?
Oh god, we don't talk about Tim Thomas.
Well, Tim Thomas, like, was legit back in his day. Did he
Well,
win the Vezina? But he won
also,
the Stanley
he
Cup.
won the Stanley Cup, and he won.
And then Mike Daly got his hands on it. I'm sorry.
Well,
what do you
see,
want us to say? It's
And one thing
true.
I got to say about Tim Thomas, and I think this had a huge factor in it. Got to remember, Tim Thomas took a season off.
He took a year off.
He took the year off
before he came back to the Stars.
Yeah.
Bad call, Tim Thomas.
He took a year off after during the lockout.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was at Party in the Park a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I had a really interesting conversation with Bob Bassett, and thank you, Sanders.
Yep.
And he and I kind of agreed with what he said. He made a really interesting point that the NHL season is such a grind. You have to have 2 number 1 goaltenders. I feel like we have that now.
I'm
And
excited for Anthony.
When we get to the playoffs, not if, when we get to the playoffs next
Positive
year,
reinforcement.
Yes.
I am the ridiculous optimist. So, when we
Okay.
get to the playoffs next season, if we play a ridiculous long overtime game, God forbid Kari gets hurt or Niemi gets hurt, we have we're not going to run into a situation like, let's say Tampa Bay last season where Ben Bishop got hurt at the end of last season and the Lightning were 1 and done.
Mm-hmm.
But they sent in the Lithuanian goalie.
And Niemi is also Finnish, which makes me excited that we have the twin Finns.
Well,
Yeah.
we have 3 now because Jyrki Jokipaka's Finnish as well. And we also have 3 Swedish guys. So we've got like
The
the,
Finns,
Northern
the
European
Swedes.
defense squad.
We've got it covered. I'm excited
Right.
though for Anthony Niemi to show us his style.
Yeah.
I was really excited about that.
Cactuses
Pick up.
on his head is his style.
Oh, you know what though? Jeff Reese
What?
even commented that he's gonna have to learn some Finnish
Yes, he will.
because I'm sure they'll just start chattering away, and he'll be like, "What, guys? Practice, please."
2 years ago, the San Jose Sharks Christmas video, I'm sure it was staged, but someone had told him that if you want people to kiss you at Christmas, you put a cactus on your head. So he was
Not
going
mistletoe.
around, not mistletoe, a cactus. He was going around with a cactus on his head.
I bet it
asking
was
people-
Demers when he was there. I bet it was a Demers thing.
You know what? I would just like for people to try that out at Christmas. If you're
Well,
a
'cause
single
it's
lady.
Texas. It's Texas. So I
Yeah,
mean, it
so
makes sense.
single ladies, I guess if you want to get Niemi's attention,
Wear
you
a
know,
cactus.
Wear a cactus on your head around Christmas time.
Good call.
Yeah.
Speaking of the whole Niemi San Jose thing, so we now have 2 San Jose players and
Yes.
3 Blackhawks players that are all Dallas Stars now.
Yes. So we have the other Blackhawk player to talk about, which is Oduya. We don't need to talk about how Jamie Benno does not.
We do not need to discuss that. Twitter handled it for us. Between Tyler Seguin being naked and Jamie Benn making stupid commentary on Twitter, they broke Twitter in like a span of 2 weeks.
Good times.
I can never look at Rubber Ducky the same way again.
Oh God, no!
Okay, and in that video where he's visiting all of these women's houses to give
He's
them...
giving them rubber duckies.
No, but it's also all attractive ladies, even the mom lady.
Hey, wait, we knew one of them.
Yeah.
So, okay, if Tyler Seguin shows up at your house with naked photos of himself and a rubber ducky,
Run away.
do you accept those?
And a jersey.
I would not be touching that rubber ducky.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
telling
They
you.
went and bought more rubber duckies, Casey. None of them were the shoot rubber ducky.
I'm just wondering, at what point does the Stars PR put down the
I feel
line and
like-
say, Tyler, you can't cross this one?
Well,
I feel like Tom Holy had a lot of cleanup crap to do after Jamie Benn's Twitter
Well, yeah.
adventure.
well,
I
you
don't know. Some of
the-
the comments were pretty good from.
Oh, it really
Oh, they were
half
great,
of
yeah.
Twitter changed their username to include it.
Yes. Yeah.
Somebody found stores in the world, like restaurants, that were actually called those things. I was like,
Okay, so I was doing some research, or doing some work with one of our fine new products available, and I look at my computer, and all of a sudden Jamie Benn is trending, and I am trying not to laugh out loud.
I love how he deleted the tweet to try to get out of
That
it,
worked.
like nobody screenshotted it as soon as
Oh,
they
my
saw
word.
it.
Yeah, well, it's
We got
gonna live
sidetracked.
on Tumblr and infamy for the rest of our lives.
Good job, Captain.
Captain my captain.
I wonder if PR is just giving up on those two because they took Sagan's Twitter away for the first year
Yeah.
he was on the Stars.
Are they going to take Jamie's away?
They should.
But they gave it back to Sagan after a year. They're like, we think you've learned your lesson. They give it back to him.
Nope.
3 days later, it hits Deadspin that he's let somebody tee a golf ball off his crotch. And it's like, welcome back to Twitter. Here, let me retweet pictures.
That was probably a locker room bet.
I feel like it probably was.
Yeah, but I gotta say, that's probably one of the least offensive things Tyler has done. So,
Especially after the whole, the body issue is actually a good thing. Because what it is it talks about how athletes who have these perfect looking bodies still have a body image issue.
yeah, okay, but all of the other athletes were like showing what they do. Then you have Tyler sitting there on a Zamboni and in a shower with a rubber ducky, not showing off anything hockey related. Like
he
at all.
skated. There were pictures of him
Did any
skating.
of y'all listen to his interview on the ticket about the photo shoot?
No.
I caught
Wildly
once.
entertaining.
Yes. Yes.
Please enlighten us, Kenneth.
He was talking about how it was really cold in a not so pleasant area. That was one thing he said.
Was he surprised by that?
And he said the whole photo shoot, this is what I thought was interesting. He said, first off, he said the photo shoot took 6 hours.
Oh, no thank you.
The day before he left for the Worlds, and he was not allowed to see any of the photos until they were released to the media. So he
I would
had
be
no
pissed.
idea what what pictures had been taken.
Well, and apparently, life tip from Tyler Seguin, if you're going to appear in photos naked, the most important thing to do is moisturize.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I'm sure that will be very useful.
Okay, we got sidetracked. We were talking about Oduya, and then we talked about Jamie Benn's stupidity, and then we got on Tyler Seguin's nakedness.
Oh, look, we just broke YouTube.
I am so sorry, YouTube!
I just want to know the last thing about it. A, how many rubber duckies are we going to see thrown in the ice this year? And B, at Halloween, how many people show up dressed up as rubber duckies?
Oh my gosh.
Or, as Tyler Seguin, wearing nothing but a rubber ducky.
I don't want to see that. Don't come to the game
No,
if you're dressed like that.
please
You
don't
stay at
come
home.
like that. Please don't wear, the bodysuit and then carry around a rubber ducky. No.
Or how many has he signed?
Oh, that's true. People will probably bring loads of rubber duckies to get signed at practices and games.
Oh my word. That'd be actually kind of funny.
Wait, hold on. I can see it now. Dallas Stars promo night. Dallas Stars rubber ducky giveaway.
Yep. We don't. Yeah, no. No longer are they going to be giving away pucks
Or hats.
Bobbleheads.
No bobbleheads this year. It'll
Bobble
just
ducky.
be bobble ducky with Tyler Seguin's head on it, or
Or bobble ducky wearing a Tyler Seguin jersey.
Oh, nice.
oh, that would be good.
All right.
Look at that. We're doing your job for you, PR team.
Come on.
Just
We
letting
just
you know.
gave you 10 ideas.
Yeah, we did.
Don't mess it up.
Jeff K. Feed this through to the right people.
Thank you.
Oh, hi, Jeff K.
Oh,
We
and
miss you.
groups.
Oh yeah.
And the PR team. No, not the PR team. The ticket sales team. They watch this.
Yeah. Hey
The
guys.
Office.
Oh, do you know what?
We
I'm
still haven't talked
sad.
about Oduya.
I know. Look at there. Can I tell you guys what though? Because I now have season tickets, I'm under the customer service, and
Me
no
too.
longer I don't have my ticket rep anymore.
Me either.
My ticket rep called to break up with me.
So did mine.
Did you have DM?
No, I am.
You had Jeremy. I had
Hi,
Travis.
Jeremy.
Hi, Travis. We miss you.
We are
need
finally
a
going
defenseman.
to talk about Oduya.
We needed a defenseman.
You know, I think Razor said it best on, I can't remember if it was on Twitter or Facebook. The Dallas Stars have answered every single need they have. Another top forward,
Mm-hmm.
top defenseman,
Prospective defenseman.
prospective
Yes.
defenseman, and top goaltender. I am very optimistic about this coming season.
I feel like Jim Nill's checklist is complete.
You know, I'm only going to say this because of what happened last season, or last off-season, with the Spezza Hemsky thing, is that, yes, Nil has filled some holes. I just hope that those holes stay filled and that these guys come in and do the job that they were hired to do.
You never know when. Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you never know if the chemistry is going to work. We thought
That's a big issue.
Spezza and Hemsky had great chemistry up in Ottawa.
And even
then,
with Cole, Hemsky got along great with Eric Cole, but then we booted Eric Cole to Detroit, and Hemsky kind of fell apart again.
so
Yeah.
we
I'm
have-
glad they gave him one more chance, though.
Yeah. I mean, we have all the pieces, and technically they should work together to be an awesome team. But
We put a puzzle together. Now let's hope
Yeah.
it stays together.
Yeah.
So, big question on the table with Oduya coming in. He was an unrestricted free agent. Initially, when people were saying, "Oh, we need to fill the defenseman hole that Daly left," I was like, "No, we don't. We've got Julius Honka. We've got Klingberg for 7 years. We've
On
got
a dime.
on a dime. We've got Jordy Ben.
Yay.
We've got Alex Goligoski. You know, we've got these defensemen who do well in their positions."
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, we don't need another defenseman. But apparently, Jim Nils, clearly, because, I mean, this is his job, sees something I don't. It's his job. He should be able to see
But
these
we
things
did
that I
need
don't.
another veteran on the defensive
And let
side.
me,
Yeah.
let me go ahead. Sorry.
My biggest question on the table with the Oduya pickup is, do we lose Lex? Alexiak is not one of our guaranteed NHL spot defensemen. Do we send Alexiak somewhere halfway through the season?
You know, I don't know if we will. It wouldn't surprise me either way. But yeah, I keep going back to when the Dallas Stars were in their greatest success. And Stanley Cup team, well, actually think about it, they went to conference finals, back-to-back Stanley Cup finals, won one Stanley Cup. On all those teams, they all had the same thing in common: 6 solid defensemen. I mean, whether, you know, it's Craig Ludwig, Darian Hatcher, Richard Mavituk, Daryl Sador, Sergei Zubov, who should be in the Hockey Hall of Fame, by the way.
Yes, he
pointing at
should.
you voters. We just had a great core of defensemen, and they were bruisers, and they were great leaders, great passers. We had best power play in the league for years. So, curious to see what happens with.
But that was the 90s.
Yes, I know.
When we also had Mike Modano.
Yeah, I know, but like you said, we had Mike Modano, we had Eddie Belfour, but the core, the core of the Dallas Stars was our defense, because Ken Hitchcock was the best defensive coach in the NHL.
What really makes me excited is that we know Oduya wanted to be here. He could have re-signed with the Blackhawks and
Oh, that's
taken
true.
a
They
home
did
team.
give him that option, didn't they?
He could have taken the home team discount to stay on a team that had proven it could win Stanley Cups. Buffalo was offering him a lot more money. Buffalo was offering him like $2 or $3 million more
yeah, but
than
you
we
have to go
were.
to Buffalo.
But Patrick
Nobody
Sharp
likes that.
called him up and was trying to sell the Dallas Stars to him.
Clearly it worked.
So Oduya had other options. He could
Yeah.
have earned more money elsewhere. He could have stayed with the recent Stanley Cup winners elsewhere. But he thought that there was something in Dallas worth coming to.
And I am excited to see who they pair him with. Because, I mean, my guess would be they'd stick him in where Daly was. And who was Daly paired with?
Was it
Anybody?
Goligoski
I believe it was
a lot,
Goose.
or-
Yeah.
Goose,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'll be interested to see Goose and Oduya work together instead of against each other.
I do want to take a quick minute to talk about the future of the Blackhawks, simply because they're basically having a fire sale. Because Taves and Kane asked for such a huge raise that
They won a
can't-
Stanley Cup.
They've won 3. They've won 3.
Right.
But because of them asking for so much money, they're having to get rid of so
Cap
many
space.
foundational players.
Part of the reason why we got Sharp.
So-
Sharp had a $5.9 million contract. And we had cap space and more. We had Sharp
We
pay
still
and
have
more.
cap space.
Exactly. And Chicago's like, we need to get rid of cap space. And they're like, well, Daly doesn't take that much. And Garvey doesn't take that much. Here, have Sharp and Johns. And we're like, sure, we'll take Stanley Cup
Yeah.
winner and great potential
Okay.
defenseman.
But what I want to know is, what do you guys think is going to happen to the Blackhawks now that they've had to get rid of some of their foundational players that have helped make that team a success?
Honestly, I don't think they miss a beat.
I think the first couple months might be a struggle of practices and the preseason, and the first month or so of the season might be a struggle. But I see them getting right back on track and continuing to be a threat in their league.
I think organizationally they are so well put together. They've drafted well.
They have good coaches.
They have excellent coaching. I honestly, I said, I totally agree with you, Sanders. I think like maybe slow coming out of the gate, and it's not. I mean, not just because new chemistry, new players. It's very common for Stanley Cup winners to be slow coming out of the gate because you had such a long, brutal season, and you have a short off season. You don't
Yeah.
recover as well as other teams that
Like,
either
we
A,
got
didn't
the
make
whole
playoffs,
summer.
or
Right.
B, had a short playoff run.
Yeah, we didn't make the
Blossom?
playoffs, so we had a nice summer.
So yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily see them repeating just because of cup fatigue, and they do have so many new pieces. But they're going to be a threat. They have a lot of up and coming, really good, solid prospects.
And-
And they kept a lot of people, too. Now, the trade deadline happened already, right? The trade deadline has already hit? Yes, no?
I don't know.
Or is it later in the season?
It's a usually.
Oh, it was the baseball trade deadline, sorry.
Wah, wah.
Hashtag hockey fail.
You know, and you said as if the Western Conference wasn't already tough enough, you also have the hottest prospect in years, 10 years, coming into the league, right into the Western Conference, who I don't think will play a second in the minors. So
Are you talking about Connor McDavid?
I'm really excited to see what happens in the West.
You're talking Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
I am interested to see how. Man, I felt bad for Toronto because they needed McDavid.
Toronto, what is happening to Toronto right now?
They
They got rid
hit
of
Tank Nixon.
Kessel. They
Yeah, where's Kessel now? What is he now? Is he a
he's
Penguin?
with the Penguins. So they gave
Kessel's a Penguin.
the Pittsburgh Penguins,
In
who
their
already have
division.
Sidney Crosby and Yevgeny Malkin, they gave them Phil Kessel too.
That's how you say his first name. I've been wondering how to say Malkin's first name. Thank you.
Well, and now there's been a shakeup in the front office. They've like randomly hired
They fired their coach or somebody.
what's his face? They've got a new GM.
Oh,
Lou
GM.
Lamoriello, right? Who
Yeah.
had been with New
He
Jersey for
he played for a very, very, very long time.
And
Lou
they
Lamoriello
just-
played till he was like 40 something.
all of a sudden announced that, like, by the way, I'm giving you like 2 days notice. I've taken a job with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and everybody was
Surprise!
shocked. We have no idea what was going on behind
You know,
the scenes
honestly, I don't think it's too long before Toronto's a contender. They have the right coach.
Honestly, if you want more up-to-date stuff about the Toronto Maple Leafs, Steve Dangle still posts very regularly, and he talks directly about the Maple Leafs.
Yeah. He's really funny.
I
really
love Steve.
Good. Yeah.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
He occasionally watches these.
Yeah.
We've been told.
So, I mean, I don't know about you. How's y'all summer's been going? Like we haven't talked.
I chopped off my hair since the last episode, if you haven't seen me.
there. I picked up some bling.
Hey!
Blossom's getting married in November.
Blossom's getting married.
Kenneth, what about you?
Got handed a new project with my company,
Yeah,
so
cool.
I'm very excited about it.
Very nice.
Should we talk about
My relationship development. I have been dating somebody.
Sprightly boyfriend.
Yes. Hashtag Spritely boyfriend.
Right, I think that's everything, right?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I just want to mention really quickly that we have all of these new Blackhawk players, and we still only have 3 nationally televised spots during the season.
And how many does Chicago have?
On NBC.
CSN. No NBC, just NBCSN.
And you know what? I hate those guys.
Chicago has 12 NBCSN and NBC games combined,
Yeah.
which
what's
is the
up?
maximum allowed.
But why does NBCSN hate Dallas so much?
Well, and they gave the Edmonton Oilers 1 game. You've got Connor McDavid, who's the new savior of hockey. Woo! And he gets 1 game.
Yeah,
this
Connor McHockey
Yeah.
gets 1. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway. All right. Well, I do think that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys are having a great off season / summer.
And Nikki and I are both season ticket holders, and we will be at the Six Flags season ticket holder event. Right? Are you going?
Yeah, I'm going.
So, see us there.
I'll probably be bringing Spritely boyfriend. So yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. So,
All right.
All right, guys.
Bye. Hey, Nikki.
Hey. So that was fun today. I'm
Dude,
glad
I
that-
know. I'm so glad.
I'm really glad Blossom and Kenneth came over.
Right? Like, I like having guests and stuff on the show. It's way more fun than just the 2 of us.
I know. I haven't seen you in like forever.
Yeah, I know. Did you like the haircut?
Yeah, it's cute.
Right? So I feel like something's different.
Yeah, it's the rug.
Oh, you painted the ceiling!
No, it's the rug.
You got a new couch.
No, Sanders, it's the rug.
Did you get a new TV?
No, Sanders, it's the rug.
You got a new boyfriend.
Well, yes, but you're not laying on him.
That would be weird.
You're laying on the rug.
What rug?
See this green thing under you?
Wait, we've had this.
No, Sanders. This is new. This is from Peaks Flooring Company.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It is pretty soft.
It's like really cool. It's like legit. It's got like the NHL thing on it too. Look at that. Right?
Oh, it is the rug. So if I wanted to get my cousin a Dallas Mavericks one for his birthday, where would I get it?
Peaks Flooring Company.
What about a Rangers one for Aiden?
Peaks Flooring Company.
What about a Cowboys one?
Hold on. Let me find you a rep.
Hi, Kenneth.
What's going on, Sanders?
Wait, do you work for Peaks Flooring?
I do work for Peaks Floor Company.
Wow, so tell us all about these rugs.
Well, this rug is made out of what's called Type 66 nylon. It's Stainmaster treated, so you can use it indoors and outdoors.
Ooh,
You basically can't stain it.
that's awesome.
Hold on,
So-
let me go get the cat to try this out.
So, if I have a 2-year-old and he spills juice on this,
It'll beat up. All you gotta do is dab it up.
are you sure?
Serious as a heart attack.
And you have all pro teams.
All NHL, NFL, NBA, and MLB.
No MLS though.
No MLS yet.
Oh, it's coming.
Don't know.
Hey, Coco, come here. Coco, do you like the new rug? Oh, I guess not.
Wow, thanks, Kenneth.
We like this. This is awesome.
Thanks, Peaks Flooring Company.
Yeah.